Hey everybody, it's Steve. It is Saturday, July 11th, 2020, and in this video I'm going to do a rant on something that I've wanted to do a rant on for a long time, and I'm now just finally doing it. And this is something that really pisses me off and I cannot stand seeing happening. And that is when companies go out of business. And also I'm going to rant on when companies, maybe they don't go out of business, but they just relocate to a different location, or when a company goes out of business and no other company takes over the building, and so the building is abandoned for so long and they end up knocking it down. Those are things I cannot stand. Now, when companies go out of business, it's sad and just makes me angry, you know? It could be a restaurant, a store, anything. You know, you go there, you know, you really enjoyed that place. You enjoyed going there, and then all of a sudden, one day, they end up permanently closing, and you never be able to go there again. And there are a couple of reasons companies can go out of business. Number one, because maybe they go bankrupt, maybe because no one's really going to the store that much anymore, and you know, when no one goes to that business anymore, it's hard for them to make money, and so they may not be able to afford, you know, to stay open, so they end up permanently closing, you know? And another reason, maybe the owner dies or just leaves the company and no one else wants to take over, so if no one takes over, then they can't, you know, they can't stay open. So they end up closing, and oh, it just fucking sucks. And there are a lot of companies I'm going to talk about in this video of some companies that permanently close. I'm probably not going to mention every single company because there's way too many. Like, I swear lately so many businesses have been going out of business. Not just because of this stupid coronavirus shit, which has been causing some companies to go out of business because the stupid politicians announced or decided that non-essential places have to close, which, you know, caused some companies to go out of business. But this is happening before that, before this stupid virus shit happened. And some places I have on my list. Number one, Kmart. You know, Kmart, it was basically a department store, just like Walmart and Target. It was just like a Walmart and Target. You know, and you know, now they're not completely out of business, but pretty soon every single Kmart's going to be permanently closed, and they're going to officially be out of business. But so many Kmarts have closed, including my local Kmart, which, you know, which sucks. They closed back in November, and it was really sad. You know, I had memories going to that Kmart when I was a kid. I used to go there a lot. Not so much later on. I haven't really been there as much since, like, when I was a kid. But, you know, I remember going to that Kmart a lot, and you know, and then this past November they closed, and yeah, it's just sad because Kmart is freaking struggling. I don't know why no one's going to Kmart anymore, but that's probably why they're closing and going out of business, because no one goes there. Like why don't you go to Kmart? Like, what the hell, people? Come on. Go shop at the store. If you don't shop at that store, you're going to cause it to close and go out of business. I mean, come on. another company, Blockbuster Video and Hollywood Video. They were basically video stores. You would go there and you would buy movies, you know, or I also heard they sold video games as well. And yeah, that's what they would sell. And then in like the early 2010s, I think, they started to go out of business. They went out of business because basically because of Netflix, where you were able to rent movies, you know, at home. You were just able to rent and stream it on your own TV. You didn't have to go to the video store anymore. And so, you know, like, hey, this is cool. We could just rent movies from my couch. We could just stream a movie from Netflix. We don't have to go to the video store and actually buy a movie and use a DVD player. So, you know something? Fuck that. And so that ended up, sorry, I can't talk well. So more people were using Netflix because it's much easier than going to a video store. So that's what caused Blockbuster and Hollywood Video to go out of business, which is sad, you know? I remember going to those places when I was a kid. I went to Hollywood Video more, but it just sucks that they had to go out of business. Another place, Toys R Us. This was a couple years ago when they all permanently closed. Now, I did hear they are returning. Toys R Us is reopening some places and going back into business, but you know, a couple years ago, they decided to close all their stores because I think they were having financial problems. I think they were going bankrupt, so that's why they all closed, which was fucking sad, you know? I had memories going to Toys R Us when I was a kid, you know? That's a classic company, you know? And yeah, they had to close. I think it was April of 2018, April or May, I don't remember, somewhere around there, where they announced they were closing all their stores. And yeah, it was just sad. And again, I did hear Toys R Us is going back into business, but I think they're reopening in smaller shops. But still, you know, the Toys R Us I used to go to, obviously that one's not reopening. A new company took over that one. I think it's now a Hobby Lobby or whatever, but it just sucks that they had to permanently close. I had so many memories going to that Toys R Us when I was a kid. Another place, this one I'm pissed off at. A company that closed was my local Bronx Chicken and Pasta. Now that was basically a place where they sold like fried chicken and stuff like that. And I mean, the entire company didn't go out of business, just that one location decided to permanently close. And I was pissed off. I remember it was last February of 2019. I remember I was hanging out with my buddy Adrian. We were actually about to go there. And right before we were about to leave to go to Brown's, Adrian, he was looking on Google Maps. And he saw that the Bronx Chicken was closed, and he said, you know, Bronx Chicken says they're permanently closed. And I'm like, what? And so I had to check for myself, and yep, they decided to permanently close. And I was pissed off. You know, I fucking enjoyed their chicken. Now, there are still Bronx Chicken and Pasta locations, but they're more further away, you know. That one that closed, it was still a little far, but I was still able to walk there. Now the next two closest Bronx Chickens are far to walk. You know, it's like, God, why do they have to close? You know, God. I was pissed off when they permanently closed. It's like, come on. You know? Yeah, it just pissed me off. It's like, why can't it stay open? Don't close. Another company, Cub Foods. This was back in 2006 when they closed. I remember my mom worked there. And in 2006, it was October of 2006, they decided to close a lot of stores. I think there are still Cub Foods open, but I heard they're only open in like Minnesota or whatever. But before, they used to have Cub Foods everywhere. And I don't know why they decided to close. Maybe they were struggling financially, so they had to close a lot of the Cub Foods locations. I don't know, but I remember going shopping there with my mom when I was a kid. And like every Saturday, we'd go shopping there for food. And yeah, sometimes I get chicken from their deli, their fried chicken, which was pretty good. And yeah, another place, Food and Liquors, this one convenience store right by my dad's old house. Remember, we used to live right down the street from it. If you watch my older vlogs I did back in like 2013, 2014, 2015, around that time, you know, I did vlogs going to that store. You probably saw if you watched those vlogs. You know, there's that one dude who worked there, you know, that Indian dude with the mustache. Yeah, I remember going to that store all the time. And I believe it was 2016 when they permanently closed, and no other company has taken over the building ever since. It's still available, but no companies decided to take over that building. It's still sitting there abandoned, and I'm really scared they're gonna knock down the building. I really don't want them to knock down that building. I really hope another company takes over. But, you know, it was sad when they closed. Another convenience store that was right by my dad's old house. It was called J.J. Pepper's. That's another store I went to a lot when I was a kid. And I remember, I believe it was back in like September of 2014 when J.J. Pepper's permanently closed. And then a new convenience store took over a month later in October of 2014. And it's now called Justice Wines and Spirits. And, you know, I was a little upset when they closed, but, you know, I'm guessing J.J. Pepper's went out of business. I don't know why they closed. Excuse me. I don't know. But, yeah. And, now some companies, some stores or places that did not did not close but relocated. One of them was this one Dunkin Donuts that was right by my dad's house. It was in this plaza, built the same plaza where J.J. Pepper's was. That Dunkin Donuts, it's been there for forever. And I had so many memories going to that Dunkin Donuts. And I actually did vlogs going to that Dunkin Donuts. You saw the vlogs I did in like 2013, 14, 15. You know, I did vlogs going to that Dunkin Donuts. And then, you know, yeah, and I used to go to that Dunkin Donuts a lot when I went there a lot. I had so many memories going there. And then I think it was a couple years ago in 2018, the Dunkin Donuts, they moved to a new location right down the street. And I'm like, because I remember I was hanging out with my buddy Adrian, and we were riding past, and I'm like, oh, there's a new Dunkin Donuts. And you know, it was right by the the old Dunkin Donuts. I'm like, oh no, wait, there's a Dunkin Donuts right there. Oh no, I hope that Dunkin Donuts isn't moving here. And sure enough, they did. And yeah. And I do not like the location that they moved to. So now, if I go to my dad's house and I decide to go to Dunkin Donuts, now I gotta cross a busy street. The Dunkin Donuts, where it's always been, you know, I didn't have to cross any busy streets and have to worry about, you know, getting beeped at by cars. But, you know, it was fine where it was. Why'd they have to relocate, for fuck's sakes? I mean, seriously, why couldn't they just stay where they were? It was fine where it was. I'm guessing maybe they wanted their own building. They were tired of sharing with other companies in that plaza. They wanted their own building. I don't know. And another company, hang on, is there any other companies? I don't know. And I also hate when companies, when like, they go out of business and no other company takes over and they knock down the building. For example, there's this one sports bar right by my dad's house. Before it was a Hollywood Video, and then they relocated, and it was like a Hollywood Video at first when I was a baby, and then they relocated just down the street, and then that Hollywood Video became a sports bar, and it was a sports bar for many years, and then in 2014 they decided to go out of business, and no other company took over, and then a couple years ago they decided to knock down the bar, and there was also a trucking company right next to the bar. The trucking company went out of business as well, and so they tore down the bar and the trucking company, and now it's just the empty field, you know. And I'm scared that's gonna happen to food and liquors. I really don't want that to happen. And there are some companies that is rumored to close, maybe not permanently close, but I heard it's gonna close some locations. One is a Pizza Hut. I heard like sometime last year that Pizza Hut was gonna close like a lot of dine-in locations, and there's a couple Pizza Hut dine-ins right by where I live, and I really hope they don't close, or else I'll be pissed off. I'm scared they're gonna close, and you know. And there's also a couple places I'm scared that's gonna go out of business that I don't want. One place is Jimmy's, that one hot dog place by my dad's house, you know. I really hope they never go out of business. I'm kind of scared they will. If they do, I will be pissed off. And there are a lot of places, and I don't know. This is kind of a bad video. I'm having trouble speaking, but I just hate when companies go out of business or just relocate to a new location that may be further away, or, you know, maybe not further away, but, you know, it's just fine. You liked it where it currently was before, because maybe you have memories when it was at that location. I don't know, just when buildings knocked down, it just looks weird when there's a building that's been there for so long and it's no longer there. It looks weird. And I just hate when those things happen. But, yeah, this is basically my rant. And so many other companies have been going out of business. And I just hate when that happens. It's like, stay open. Don't go bankrupt. Come on, people. Go to those shop at those stores. Eat at those restaurants. If you don't, you're going to cause the companies to go out of business. You know, we don't want that to happen. You know, fucking stupid ass Netflix. No offense to anyone who uses Netflix. Excuse me. No offense to anyone who uses Netflix. But, you know, I just wish fucking Blockbuster and Hollywood Video never went out of business. It just sucks if you work at places that, you know, and they end up going out of business and you lose your job. You probably have to find another job. You know, that sucks. But, yeah, this is my rant. Hope you guys agree. And, yeah. I also heard Payless Shoes went out of business. I don't know if they went out of business or not, but I heard a rumor that they were permanently closing and going out of business. Carson's is another place that I heard went out of business. There was a Carson's right by my local mall. Also, Sears is another one that's been closing a lot of stores. My local Sears, which is at my local mall, they're still open, but there's also a Sears outlet right next to the Kmart that closed last November, and I bet you they're probably going to close because Sears is struggling. I never really went to Sears, but, you know, still, I don't want, even if I never been there, I still don't want to see them close. I don't know, it just sucks. But anyways, this is my rant on when companies go out of business. Hope you guys agree. I'll do more rants, vlog, reviews, any other types of videos I do. So see ya, goodbye, have a good one.